Joining me, this is Angie at Chicken Scratch. Today we're making a step card, a step fun fold card, and it was filmed live. Feel free to fast forward. There's a free inspiration sheet over on my website that has pictures, and if you need anything, let me know. I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so we're using Bonanza Buddies because I love this set, and we're using the coordinating dies as well as the paper. My birthday special that I have going on from March 8th to the 22nd, I created a page yesterday with a picture of about, I think it's seven pictures of retired stamp sets. So for those of you that are participating in that special, I'm going to send you a link. You can choose the retired stamp set if you want to. If you don't reply, I'll just send whatever. If you guys are participating in this special, make sure you check your spam folder, because every time I send, well, not every time, but my emails go into a lot of spam folders because they have an attachment, or not an attachment, but they have a link to the page on my website that shows the retired stamps. So if you're participating, please check your spam folders. So here are the supplies. These 3 pieces back here are going to be for our stamping and our die cutting. So we're going to set those aside because those don't really matter. They're just called scraps for stamping and die cutting. And then for our card, we're using Bermuda Bay, and this is 8x4. And let's see, 8x4, yes. And then another piece of Bermuda Bay that measures 2.5 by 3.5. We have Whisper White that's 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. And then we have 4 pieces of the paper, the Designer Series paper. So we're going to cut out the koala. Love him. And then we have, this piece measures 1 3/8 by 3 7/8. This piece measures 2 3/8 by 1 1/8. And this one measures 2 3/8 by 5/8. And I don't think I've used this pattern yet on a project. I was looking, I've used that one, but I don't think I've used this one. So, okay, now what I'm going to do first, because this project is going to take all my wits. It's going to take all of my brain. It's just because my brain don't think like everybody else's. So we're going to go ahead and cut out all of our pieces so that when we go to make this card, it's going to be easier to just flow. So we're going to cut the Bermuda Bay out with the stitch shaped dies, the Daffodil Delight with the layering circles dies. We're going to cut him out, of course, with the koala die. And we're actually not going to use this one because guess what? That one you can fussy cut with your scissors. And it's kind of quicker, in my opinion, because that's just a triangle, right? Okay, so I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. Yeah, and we're going to get the big shot. So we'll cut these 2 out first. We can do both of them at the same time. Okay, there's those. And now this little guy. And yeah, and I apologize, I have not posted the Monday's project on my blog yet. I just have the time change. I kid you not. Y'all are going to think I'm just a whiny baby. The time change has messed me up. I am not sleeping at all. None. That's why I always don't go on those really Stampin' Up! Incentive trips that go to other countries. Time change. I'm a wimp. Yes, I am a wimp. I hate to say it. Hey, we all can't be good at everything, right? Okay, now this scrap right here, we're going to stamp our greeting, and I'm using Bermuda Bay ink and Calypso Coral. So we're going to stamp the greeting. I'm going to move him out of the way because I already told y'all about it. Okay, so let's celebrate you. And yeah, and my sister's supposed to come tomorrow, and now I noticed that there's like major storms on the forecast tomorrow for like tornadoes and all that stuff. So that also makes me not sleep for worrying. Okay, we'll set that aside. Now, are y'all ready? I'm warning you, if I mess up, it's just cardstock and I can start all over. So you're going to need your paper trimmer. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to score it at 4 inches. So I'm going to move my dark gray blade out of the way, and I'm going to use my light gray, and I've scored that at 4. Now, I have to look at my notes. So then turn on the portrait side. So yeah, okay. So I'm going to line this edge up to 1.5, okay? So 1.5 is there. And I want to move my blade down here. So I've lined it up to 1.5, and then I'm going to cut. Where's my pencil? What just flew over there? So I'm going to cut, oh, goodness gracious. If there's anything I could change about this trimmer, it would be that these lines were darker. I can hardly see them. So I'm going to cut from the 7 1/4 to 1 1/4, but I kind of need magnifying glasses because I can't really see the 1 1/4. Give me just a second to blink a couple times. Okay, there we go. I think, is that it? Yeah, okay. I just marked it so that it makes it a little bit easier for me. So I need to lift up my arm because you don't want to start cutting at the end. So I'm going to take this to the 7 1/4, and I'm going to cut down to that 1 1/4. And if it's not perfect, it's not the end of the world. It's a handmade card. It looks like I did it pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so now where do we go from here? Let's hide that cutting blade because now we're going to score. So here's the trick, or the tip. Because I made like 10 of these trying to figure out how to make it. So what you're going to do now is you're going to turn this card over to the back side. Because this is the front side. Turn it over to the back side. And then we're going to place it back on our trimmer. And we're going to score from this cut line to up here. So the fat end. Because down here is skinny. And this one's, I should say, thin and thicker instead of fat and skinny. Sorry about that. Anyway, that's how my brain thinks. So we're going to line this up to 3/4. Hey, my friend and I, we say that we're just fluffy. So again, I'm going to start at this score line and go up to the top. So I'm going to start at the 3/4. And hopefully I can see. So 3/4, and then 1.5. It's easier for me to start at the bottom and go to the top for some reason. Maybe if I bring this closer to myself. What did I say the measurement was? 1.5. Am I at 1.5? Yeah. Okay. 1.5. If I could stick my head in the camera, it would be a little bit easier. 2 3/4. Now the 4 is already scored because that was the first step we done. So the 4 is done. And then we're going to slide it down to 6. And we are going to score from that line up. Okay, that's how it looks. See? I'm going to get my paper snips and I'm going to cut out the hat. And it's okay if I'm flattening the top of it because we're going to put a pom-pom on there, so it doesn't matter. We're going to cut out the greeting with the classic label punch. It looks a little fuzzy. Oh well, it'll be fine. I'm going to take my, I need to clean it, sorry. I'm going to add some liquid glue to the hat. Okay, I don't want to cover up his eyes. Sorry, dude, I just got glue on your face. Come on. Don't touch it, right? Just let it sit there for a second. Okay. Get the glue off my fingers. Now we want to add liquid glue again, so that we can add our pom-pom. So since I stamped this in Calypso Coral, I'm going to use the Bermuda Bay, but you could stamp that hat in any color and then use some of the other colors. We could use white, but no, I want to use Bermuda Bay. So again, a little dab of liquid glue. And I'm just going to sit it on top, smush it, and then I'm going to slide it aside and let it dry. Okay, now we're going to go back to our card. So we're going to fold on the score line. So that first score line that we made, the 4-inch, so we're going to fold on that and burnish with our bone folder. And then now we're going to fold on the rest of these. Okay, so there is our step card. Now we get to decorate it. Okay, so I'm going to get the Designer Series paper. Okay, so it's easier to add if you flatten it. And then this one. I'll make sure that I post the measurements after the video. I won't be getting it on my blog today, but I will go ahead and post the measurements right on the video. Okay, there's that. And then this one. Okay, this circle is going to get added to the Daffodil Delight circle. Now that we've got him ready, we're going to pop him up with dimensionals. So I'm going to place 2 on him. We're going to take the Daffodil Delight ribbon. And we are going to tie a bow. And I'm giving myself plenty just because I don't want to mess up. Thank you, guys. Okay. Brookie gave me my first present of the day this morning, and they were llama slippers. They're so cute. I should have brought them down here so I could show y'all. Okay, come on. Grr. Now we'll clean it up. Well, come here. Okay. This ribbon is so beautiful. Okay, now this is going to get added to the Bermuda Bay, so just the Whisper White. And this is going to get added up here. Now down here, you could stamp on this, or you can do like I did and cut it out with the Classic Label Punch. So I'm just going to take a couple of the mini dimensionals. And let's see. Actually, we want to add this layer right there, but we only want to put adhesive on this section, okay? So I'm just going to add my adhesive here. Now do y'all see why it took me 10 times? And then now we're just going to add our greeting. Yeah, I've always looked at these cards and been like, oh Lord, my brain cannot go there. Okay. I tore apart a swap card I got many years ago. But you know, when you tear apart a swap card, it didn't actually come with directions. Okay, so what do you think? There's the front of it. And of course, it's hard for you to see. You'll have to look at the picture when I post it on my blog, but it's a step card, and yeah, that's how it, hopefully you can see it. Isn't it so cute? It's so darling. Okay, so this is the one we just made, and then here's the one I made this morning. They're so cute. Okay, you guys have a great day, and thank you so much. See you later.